Hello.
I just went live again, guys. I am so sorry. I'm gonna wait a little bit to try to get people in the door. Try to get people to know that we are over here now. Can't make it up. Happens every single time, I swear.
Take a shot if.
Yeah, we'd be dead.
Hot Topic has Terrifier beanies on sale.
Oh,
Ooh.
Nice.
guys, everybody in the chat that's coming in, I am so sorry. I am just a big stupid idiot is what it boils down to.
Bonjour.
Dice is back. Cool. What's going on, guys? Again, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I pushed the wrong button because I'm geriatric, and we'll wait a little bit, give people some time to get in here. Gosh, feels stupid. I hate when I do stuff like that.
It happens.
Fine.
Yeah, to my old ass. Happens every time. Damn it.
This is why I let you do all the
Right.
rolling.
Right.
I'll screw it up.
I'll fix all the stuff as we're talking too. Sorry, guys, everybody coming in. I'm so sorry. So let's start back. I'm gonna start with you this time, Jeff. We're gonna talk about what are some of your major predictions you have for the upcoming Scream.
Okay.
Or let's go predictions first, and then we're gonna go see. Instead of going with predictions, we're gonna go back wrap around, and then we're gonna go see what we want to happen. So first, let's do the predictions of what we think will happen, and then we'll do what we want to happen in the film.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was giving it a lot of thought, and I mean, looking at the trajectory of the films, obviously each film takes on a meta stance of something that's happening at the time, like the horror film, the sequel, the trilogy, the remake, the requel, and then the franchise. So my first thought was it's about time they're going into space. I don't think that's true. That's one of them, but they're about due to go into space at this point in the franchise.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, no
Yeah.
joke.
but no, I definitely, I think, I think whatever the original plan was, I'm guessing is been changed now, obviously with the exit of Melissa and Jenna. I would like to see. There's a part of me that's holding out hope that we do see a return of Nev.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I don't want it to happen, but I'm worried that because obviously they're going to have to explain at the beginning of the film or at some point early in the film what happened. I think so with Tara and Sam. I hope they don't go the route of the off-screen kill. I'm because Nev obviously didn't return for 6, but they gave us she's in hiding, and that made sense to me. I like that.
Yeah.
Because there's a sense of, I've been doing this 5 times now. I do think they're going back to Woodsboro. I think we're gonna see some returning characters coming back in. I feel like they set Kirby up to be another player again in this one, so I think we're gonna be seeing Kirby again. I can't help but feel like there's gonna be possibly a tie into characters that we haven't really thought about in a while, like Maureen and Neil.
Okay.
They played such a vital role in the story that set up Sydney's character, and I feel like it wouldn't surprise me if we see some of that come back because it's going full circle. And the one thing I did think about too, though, that I thought was interesting is I think it's a 4. In 4 they have the Stabathon, where everybody gets together and they watch 7 stab movies. So there's 7 stab movies in 4, but now we're on Scream 7. So I feel like something could go on with that too. Like the 7th movie plays that role where it becomes that movie that the cult classic could be the meta idea that now we're the cult classic that's maybe destined to become bigger than it is and everything. But and definitely I think we're going to see a return of Gale. I don't see how we couldn't at this point.
Sure.
Yeah.
With a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Some more.
I mean, I don't know how far spoiler we were going, but it wouldn't surprise me at this point if Gale ends up being the killer, honestly.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for that.
That's something else I was gonna say. This is go as spoilery as you want because
Okay.
people haven't seen the ones
I mean,
before
we're
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they see the title, they know we're doing predictions. If we're gonna predict something, obviously we're
Right.
gonna spoil something. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this
I need-
point, Gale is the big name that's coming back. I mean, we have Mindy and Chad too, so we have the remainder of the core four. I
Yeah.
would like to see them come back too. I know they were set up as, and we've lost 2 members of the core, but I would love to see their stories continue as well. So I would love to see Mindy and Chad come back, in some sort of role, and in a larger role that plays that pivots on that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get to my predictions, I'll talk about that. But you want to give some of your predictions real quick? I'm gonna go check on Chloe real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, we do have a sick daughter, and I'm gonna go check on her real quick while Ashley's giving her predictions.
All right. So my predictions is that it's probably not even going to happen at this point. Like, I just feel like maybe it's just like a done deal. Like, I don't know. That's kind of where I think it's going to go. But they have to get some of the OG cast back because they have to bring the fans in for them. Like, you know, they're getting rid of all, like, we have 2 of the core 4 that are gone, and who knows, will the other 2, will they stick around and still want to do the movie too after everything that's happening? Like, I don't know. So I know that everybody thinks this is ridiculous, but I kind of feel like you have to bring Stu back. Like, you have to. At this point. Like, his scars and his flat face and all. Like, I don't know. Like, you have to have a wow factor, and that would be a wow factor right there if they brought him back.
That would be a grasping at straws.
I know, but I feel like I'm on this getting on the Stu train. Like, it's possible at this point. Like, I don't know. For a long time I'm like, no, like, he literally had a 100-pound TV fall on his face. Like, it's just not possible. But then again, like, this franchise is pretty consistent. And I feel like this is going to be the first one that it's not consistent with the rest of them, which kind of sucks. You know, we're going to have either they're going to retcon stuff from 6 or who knows. So I don't know. I'm worried about where they're going to go with it, to be honest, but they do have to bring some really good OG characters back. Maybe Stu. You didn't hear my Stu. But
I will say Stu may not return in the movie, but Stu has made his way to the show.
Yes. I mean, it could happen. It's a wow factor.
The thing I think about when people say that, though, when people do mention Stu, and I kind of have to laugh because Scream has always been about taking on the tropes, taking on the horror, the slasher tropes, and the presumably dead person coming back is a slasher trope. So in that sense, I could see them finding a clever way to work it out.
Like, he had reconstruction surgery.
Whole new person.
He's a whole new person. Doesn't even look like him.
So, you know, I was listening to you. I was hearing you.
Wow, I'm surprised. That's the
first time for everything.
This is true.
But you know, my big thing that I just want to make clear is
you're not on the Stu train.
Yeah, I'm not on the Stu train at all. Before we get to Ash, something I do want to make perfectly clear. There was rumors going around that Nev Campbell was getting like death threats and stuff for if she returns, and for turning her back on Melissa and being money hungry. If anybody here in this type of chat, you know, or that follows Sledgehammer Horror, and I'm sure I can speak for Jeff and Germs and Ash, which is not something I like to do, but I'm sure I can. There's no room for that. There's no room for you in this community. If you were going to threaten someone with death over what could potentially be her feeding her family.
Yeah. For one, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. And if she wants to do it, then
what happened to Melissa is not okay. And if anybody would agree with that, it would be her.
That's kind of why I don't think that she would return, because of what they did to her and now what they're doing to these potentially her friends. Like, I don't know. She's a pretty strong-minded woman. Like, I just think that
right. And if Nev Campbell does come back,
The money's got to be there for sure.
she deserves to be paid what the men get paid. And I
Yeah.
don't think that
1000%.
you can say what you want, call me woke or whatever dumb, stupid fucking word you're using these days. It's just for her to come out and say, I deserve to make the same amount of money as the men here. And I don't
Good
think
for
that's
her.
unreasonable.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell no, good for her.
It's
Like,
Right.
it isn't unreasonable. She's the one that the other 5 movies she held up. Like that's
Mhm.
You could make the argument that Sydney is more important to this franchise than Ghostface.
yeah, because
Where you
Ghostface
can't-
is different.
you
but
can't
she's
make-
been the
yes.
same.
You can't make that
Mhm.
argument in Halloween. You know, obviously Laurie
No.
Strode was great. She's not in even half of the movies.
Right.
Nancy is absolutely amazing. She's not in half of the movies for Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney's been in 5 of the 6 movies, and her presence was missed in Scream 6.
Yeah.
I thought
And
Scream 6 was great
Yeah.
until the end. But I mean, listen, I've already seen a Scream movie where the killer's parent reveals themselves in a theater in the 3rd act, and the other version was better, so I wasn't into this one. But
Didn't see it coming, did you?
yeah. So yeah, I think that I wanted to pipe up real quick before Ash went and talked about some of her predictions. Anybody, if you're here and you know people are doing that, or you yourself are doing that, don't do that shit. That's just as bad as doxing someone's address and talking about where their kids are and shit. Don't be that person.
Yeah.
Like
And that's
it's entertainment. Don't be a dick because people want to. If I got offered millions of dollars to go be a part of a movie that someone had just got fired from, I'm sorry, I have to feed my kids.
Well,
Like,
and
I
the
have to do
actors
what's best
just
for my-
spent a year not working.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Actors,
Exactly.
the actors
Say
just
that.
spent a year not working. This is their career. This is their full time
Yeah.
job. This is
right
how they
after
pay rent.
COVID.
Right
at that.
after
Mhm.
right. So
And-
yeah, if someone
and
comes along and says, "Hey, we can give you money to do this movie," of course they're gonna say yes.
And they really need to kiss her ass. Like
Yeah.
they need to kiss her ass.
She's earned it, like you said. It's like if you work at a job for 5, 6, 7 years, you usually get a raise because you've
Mhm.
proven that you can do it. She's done 5 movies. She's got the experience. She's earned it.
Mhm.
She's worked
Yeah.
it. She's worked her butt
Especially
off, yeah.
when you could argue that she is more important than the boss
Right.
of that job.
Mhm.
You move up that ladder. Spyglass has fumbled a lot. I hope that we'll get to when we get to my predictions and what I want to happen. But like I said, I just wanted to push that in there real quick because I'm going to quote my buddy Negan from The Walking Dead. Not fucking cool. You have no idea how not fucking cool that is
Maybe-
to threaten somebody.
Maybe Dewey can still be alive.
Stop it. All right.
Okay.
That's the
Ash?
new Dewey.
Yeah.
He took over.
Ash, do you want to give
Yeah.
us some of your predictions? Not what you want to happen, but
Yeah.
predictions for the film?
So, I don't know. I pretty much just like shut down with like all this drama that happened, but I wouldn't mind them following Kirby. I'm a huge Kirby fan, and I
Yeah.
want to see what she's been up to all these years since the events of part 4. I wouldn't mind seeing like maybe someone's like, I'm gonna mess with her and like just make her go through what she went through in part 4, like just replaying those events again,
Right.
Mhm.
like just to mess with her. So I wouldn't mind that. I mean, and then like they did the whole, it was rumors that it was gonna be set around Christmas time. So I mean, it'll be cool to see her in action because I think they said she was in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Did they
Mhm.
say Atlanta
Yeah.
in part 6? So it'll be cool. Like, all right, we've been to Woodsboro, New York. Let's go to Atlanta and see
Mhm.
what Kirby's been up to, or maybe have Kirby go back to Woodsboro.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig
I
it.
like that. Yeah.
What about you, Germs?
What I think is going to happen if they're smart is they'll do a prequel to all this and follow Maureen and Neil. Probably Maureen with her time in Hollywood. If they want to keep the formula the same, with one being somewhat relatable to the first one, second one, or 6 to number 2 with the whole family thing, Let's take it to Hollywood in a sense, you know what I mean? But the question with that is, I was talking to a friend, is how can we turn that into a slasher? That's the challenge there, right? But I will say, and no tomatoes, please, Spyglass does a good job with Scream. I'm going to say it. 5 and 6 were awesome to me. I think they can do it. If the fucking shit that they created themselves, they can reverse all of this and make a good movie. I will say that.
Okay. I am totally down with that Maureen idea. If we can get Mia Goth to play Maureen Prescott.
Ooh, you said something there. You just said something there. Spyglass.
I want to be a star. It's like, let me stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody show me Carrie Fisher. So some of my predictions, I think, one thing that I'm really worried about is they're going to turn this next movie into a stab film. Like, it's genuinely going to be a stab film.
God.
And that's how they're able to bring back some of the other people. And you're like, how are they bringing these people back? And then it turns out, boom, this was a stab film. It wasn't a Scream film the whole time. That's a huge fear I have. And I don't know where it came from, but I have this irrational fear that that's what they're going to do.
Fake out. You hate the fake out.
I hate fake outs. I hate fake outs. And then we were talking about something else that I think might happen. Going back and retconning everything after 3, and just starting right after Scream 3, not even Scream 4, just right after, the events of Scream 3. You might be able to go after Scream 4 and just erasing what you had just done. But the big part of that, I don't think that's the way that we're going to go with this, is because Mindy and Chad are still under contract, while Jenna and Melissa never really signed a contract. Jenna left her options open. That's why a bunch of people are like, oh, she quit the film. No, she didn't quit the film. She never re-signed back on for the film.
Right.
Chad and Mindy, however, are under contract for Scream 7, from what I've read. Now, this may be crazy, but I've heard the internet can get things wrong. I've heard that before.
Weird.
I know. But
I thought everything you read on the internet was true.
That's what I thought.
So you're telling me it's not?
Right. I know.
Man.
I'm still saying 3 inches is average. But
you convinced me.
That's what I'm saying. That part was true. Okay. That part was true. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, the big thing for me is if they go this route where we're bringing back 2 of the core 4, and obviously you're going to bring Gail back in that situation, I think that you and we know how Spyglass, their relationship with Mark, he was just in Thanksgiving, so to bring Mark Kincaid back wouldn't be
I want to see that
much of a stretch to bring him and Sydney back.
Yeah.
But when we get to what we want to see happen, I'll talk about what I would do to open the film. I think you already know.
Does it have to do with the doing?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So, these are some of the predictions that we have, guys. What are some of your predictions in the chat? What do you think is going to happen? That's where we're at right now. I do want to see it in the snow. I'm a big fan of slashers in the snow.
See the blood
and the
in
white.
the snow. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm a big fan of that.
Well, if it's around Christmas time, that would be perfect.
I think if Christopher Landon, is it Christopher Landon? That's who got the rights to it. That's who's directing.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that he's done a great job with Freaky. I think he did a great job with the Happy Death Day movies. I'm very intrigued to see what he could do. Another thing we have to remember, he didn't fire her, guys.
No.
I know a lot of people were blowing him up on Twitter. I didn't think his response was very good to what happened. I think he could have, stuck up for her a little bit. But again, he's under contract too. It's not like he can go, oh, you fired her? Well, I'm done. It doesn't work that way. He signed a contract. He has to contractually be obligated unless he had opt-outs in his contract, under this situation I can leave, under that situation I can leave. I don't know how a lot of that lingo goes. This isn't baseball. If it's baseball, I can tell you how all the opt-outs go. Which, by the way, Jack Flaherty just signed with the Tigers while we were here, and it's really hard for me to contain my excitement. That's a great fourth starter for my team. Very, very happy.
Nobody knows what that is.
But we're happy for you.
Right. Literally, as we were going, my phone's going off. Tigers signed Jack Flaherty. I'm over here like,
That's why he ended the stream.
Yeah, that's why I ended the stream.
You pre-ended it.
I ended it and I was like, yes. No, but another big thing that I think is going to happen, I think we're going to lose Mindy. I think that
No.
I think that what they've been doing is pushing to the fact that it's going to be Chad, it's going to be Chad, it's going to be Chad, and Mindy's going to be the one to go, which will break me. Mindy's my favorite character of the new Scream movies.
Same.
Yeah.
But
She's
again,
like all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a
nerd.
big part of this is she's, and again, Randy is me. I grew up, my parents owned a mom and pop video store. I grew up in the video store. I was a horror nerd. I knew everything about horror movies. You know, it killed me when he died. And it'll do that for me with Mindy too, because I think that she's a well-written character.
Mhm.
It's nice to have a person of color that's playing. I don't know if she's, I don't know her sexuality in real life, but that, you know, that's playing an LGBTQ plus character that really is just killing it. That is every time she's on screen, she is stealing the fucking show, and that's amazing to me. When you have a person of color that's a female LGBTQ plus, and everybody's rooting for her.
Mhm.
That's fucking great. That's great, not just for the movie. That's great for the horror genre, because a lot of us, again, I think everybody in this chat hates the word woke as much as I do, because horror has always had social messages and social issues. But for her to come out and just every single person be behind her, not even worry about the fact that she's gay or anything like that, that's huge. That's huge. And it shows a lot of how the maturity. I've never heard anybody bitch about Jasmine and what she does in these films. So that to me is a huge thing. And I love her character. I love everything she does. And I don't want to lose her. But I think if I was a betting man,
I think that would have maybe been before. I don't know that they're
no,
gonna.
I think they have to
They
now.
would now.
And this is why. I think they have to now, because people are fucking pissed. So they have to do something huge now. They have to do something gigantic.
Well, you already lost 2 of your core 4. You're gonna kill off another
You can't
one?
take this movie and not kill anybody because you lost other people. You already did that with the last film. The last film, you didn't kill anybody, and people were
They're gonna
pissed.
Kill 2 people off.
You know,
screen
but
probably.
that'll be even worse. So before we get into
a
what,
brick fell on her head. Damn.
stop it. A brick fell and killed all of them right in the line. Bam, 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 bam. Real quick, I want to catch up on the chat before we get into what we want to happen in Scream 7. And I'm going to start off this time because I want to talk about the opening gut punch that I want to see.
I think you've already told
Don't
us
care.
all.
I'm telling it again. Everybody, thank you guys for coming back. I know I'm so sorry that happened. I feel like such a jerk. Do you each have a favorite Ghostface reveal from the previous Scream movies? I mean, it's hard to top one.
It is. It really is.
Stu's reveal is cool. I think Stu's reveal is, surprise, Sydney. But before that, when you get Billy, we just watched him die.
You thought he was dead. He was dead. Like how? And now
I think we forget now because
we all go a little
seen the
mad
movie.
sometimes.
Yeah, we've seen the movie so many times that we forget how truly
like the wow factor
crazy
that
that was.
Yeah.
The first time that we saw him, we all go a little mad sometimes. Even though that scene pisses me off, dude. And that scene, that's the worst part of the first Scream movie, by the way. Sydney, you were in the van. You were watching him come up on Randy. And you were like, Randy, no. And then you ran up there and Randy come out and you're like, I don't trust you. What? You just watched it, Sid.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You didn't know there was 2 killers. Yeah, I mean, the script told you, but you didn't know. Nev knew. You didn't, Sydney. So that part pissed me off.
But
I digress.
you can't trust anybody.
Right.
In these parts.
I would say
would have to be Billy.
The dialogue in 4 when Jill was revealed.
I was going to say,
awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The whole self-mutilation thing, but her dialogue and her telling, there's so many quotable lines in that fucking reveal.
Yeah.
How can you not? That's probably my second favorite reveal.
She played herself.
I would agree with
movie.
that.
Stop.
And just how unhinged she went to was like, she's like beating herself up and like.
Ash is not a fan of Jill Roberts.
I'm not a fan of Emma Roberts. I do not like her at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, she played her real self in that movie.
But I just that whole
You chewed the scenery in that film though. Like in that scene, she that was the fat on the steak, and she was just chewing that.
She went unhinged for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the fake out leading up to it I was gonna say Jill's my favorite, but I also like for the same reasons. But I also like that they give you the fake out too with Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie and Kirby, and then you find out that no, it's actually Jill. And the
Right.
reasons why I thought was now obviously the first one because but it's looking back now to when I first watched Scream. I think it was in college, and nobody had seen a reveal like that. That was crazy.
Right.
So it's hard to beat one, but I do like the Charlie Jill reveal.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ash?
I mean, you can't go wrong, but I have to go with two. I have to go with Debbie and her crew.
Another great performance. Great performance.
And you have to think about it. It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot his name, but like he did it because he need someone to pay for his college education.
Mickey.
I'm just like,
Mickey.
shoot, I need somebody to pay for my education too. I might have to dabble a little bit in that, but it just shows you how people will go to extreme lengths to get get revenge for loved ones.
What does desperation bring out?
Yeah. Like homegirl got a whole makeover. She got a new wardrobe. She hired people to do her bidding. Like I just loved everything about it. It would have been even better if that script did not leak because somebody wanted to be a hoe.
That pissed me off.
The original concept of it, like the original Ghostface for part 2, I would have lived for it, but
and did anybody read like the potential script for Scream 7?
Yes.
Anybody else?
If it's what I'm thinking, yes.
Can we talk about that?
Well, I mean, since it's not going to happen now, bring it on.
We fucking lost the opportunity for a dual female Ghostface team.
Yep.
It would have been this is what I read on the internet, but it's from what I heard, it was going to be Christina Carpenter, and who was the other one, Ash? It was it Stu's sister? Leslie Mocker.
Yeah.
A dual female Ghostface. I'm seeing that movie.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Well, and look at all those things that have happened through all the Scream movies that we didn't get. By the way, also something else I want to throw out there to everybody. If you get the ending to a movie on your phone before the movie's rreleased,
please don't send it to us.
Don't send it to us, please.
Motherfucker.
The reveal of Scream 6 was revealed to us about a week before it happened.
I was really
Me
bummed
too.
about that one.
That happened to me with part 5 because I was a part of like the Woodsboro like fan club on Facebook, and we're like talking about like, oh, we're so excited. And someone's like, "Oh, this person died." I'm like, "Are you serious?
Like,
really?
Why?"
It just makes me so mad that people like you have the opportunity to see a movie that everybody wants to see.
Yeah, don't fuck up.
And you decide to be.
They sent us the video. They sent us the video of it.
Yeah,
we had the video. I was like, "There's no way that. What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
and it was just the guy, him taking his mask off, and I was like, "What is it? What did you just send me?" He was like, "Bro, that's the ending to Scream 6." I was like, "Fuck you, dude! Why did you do that?"
I was so.
I don't want to see that.
That's like the biggest thing. The reveal. That is the biggest thing of Scream.
That's why we're watching Scream.
Right.
Like that's why we're watching the movie.
Right.
The minute I saw it, like
it's the whole time you're trying to figure out who's the killer, which one. But if you already know, like it takes away from it.
Yes, it really does. So I'm gonna finish catching up on the chat real quick. Yes, I'm telling you, I want it. I want it.
Scream Christmas.
I would be fine with that too.
How cool would
the
it
ball
be?
Dropping,
like a Christmas like Ghostface.
It'd be perfect because we're getting a Terrifier 3 Christmas.
Yes.
That's
so
true.
Scream Christmas too.
I love Christmas horror, so I'm down for it.
I do too. Love it.
Me too.
Yeah.
You're doing spoilers and a prediction and past movie talks. How could you?
Yes. We're
This is
psychic.
great. Sydney, Sam and Tara aren't coming, are they? Gail, no, they took Ted and Mindy somewhere safe. I like that.
I don't.
Nice. I just want you to know, Dice, that I love you, but this is how I feel right now.
Yeah, I concur.
They gotta have that wowzer. Wow factor.
Yeah.
Something's gotta wow us.
Give Nev a blank check. You got to.
Oh, period.
Just write as many zeros.
Hey, what's up, Robin? Thanks for coming out.
Hey, Robin.
I'd rather Scream 6 be the final entry than for Stu to come back. Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
I would have rather Scream 5 to have been the ending, honestly. That was the perfect
It
ending.
was the perfect ending.
With Gail,
It
like, I'm not
was.
going to write a book about
Yes.
this. I'm going to let them live in anonymity.
Mhm.
I can't say that word, but yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Mark is Stu. Reconstruct the surgery.
He looks just like Mark.
Plot
we
Thank
go.
you. Thank you. Never okay. Never
Nope.
fucking okay.
No.
I don't think she did either. Her heart was not in that movie. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
I just want a killer to survive Scream for once and not have the same rinse and repeat. Two killers.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
good. Yeah, good shit.
That would actually be
Mhm.
sick.
Mhm.
Opening kill, Chad. We'll talk about it. I'll tell you what I want in just a second. What if the opening of Scream 7 is a reenactment for the Casey Becker kill, but seen from the point of view of Ghostface? And when Casey is stabbed on the ground, she takes off the mask. Ghostface looks up and sees Billy and Stu standing there looking down at Casey. So it wasn't. I see what you're saying. Billy and Stu were watching the original killer.
Roman?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Like
I'm
when he
confused
kills Casey Becker at the beginning of
They
part
take
1.
off
Yeah.
the
Remember, she reaches up and she takes the mask off. You see it from the killer's point of view now, and he looks up and Billy and Stu are watching him, and he's like he's passing the torch to them.
Mhm.
Because what do we always know about the third installment? Because this is the third one. You had 5,
Right.
6, and 7. The third one goes back to the beginning and shows you something that wasn't right all along. So
Yeah.
It was Casey's dad who started all. I want you to
Yep.
Mhm.
my prediction is everyone comes together and becomes one big happy family from every film. Don't think that's how it's going to go, Rob. Hey, Sass. What's up, love? Ah!
Joe, why do you keep doing
Because
this?
I'm fat.
Uh-uh.
What does that have to
I
do
would
with
be okay
anything?
with ignoring 5 and 6 and having Dewey alive still.
Ah, yeah.
We'll talk about this in a minute. Since have her be the main character in 7 and bring back Joel.
Yeah.
Joel's like, you gotta
I'm down.
find me.
Yeah, good luck. And doing what Halloween did, a direct sequel original. I could see that. That's if they do it, Randy has to be alive. I just don't know if Jamie Kennedy would come back or not.
Mhm.
I hope they at least give her an amazing chasing. Yeah, she's got to have a great.
Yeah.
She deserves a chase scene.
Imagine her and Kirby
Yeah.
in the chase scene, making every
Yeah.
decision like correct, and then they fuck up just slightly, and boom, dead.
It's.
I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
I don't want. I think it's going to happen, but I don't want it to. More people of color and/or queer characters in horror that just don't die automatically. Agreed.
Hello,
I must be the only one that found Mindy super annoying.
you are.
I have a question for you, Justin.
Why are you the way that you are?
But I love you. And that's the great. Honestly, though, I'm glad you said that because I love the fact that this community doesn't have to be
Mhm.
agree on everything, but we
Yeah.
can all be as long as you can be kind and fun
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
joke with each other. You know, like
And let it be healthy. Like
again, if every single one of us came here and was like, "This is what I predict. This is what I want," this shit would be fucking boring. I want to have different opinions.
Mhm.
I don't want to have the same exact thing all the time because then no one's gonna care. So,
Except for when you talk about Michael Myers.
yeah, it's a piece of shit. Jill's revealing dialogue.
That is not kind or welcoming here.
Here's how except for when you talk about Michael Myers.
God,
Nothing wrong with that.
She looked like she was enjoying it though.
I
She
know.
was.
Choke me, Daddy Mike. The fuck? I'm going back to look out my sister's window. T. Parker says, no, I don't like Mindy either. She's my least favorite of the core 4.
Wow.
And it's worse than we're spoiling a popular whodunit. Yeah, this isn't like spoiling Leprechaun.
This is
Shade.
true.
Where'd you get my baby pics? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, William. That's why I ain't budging. Ken, damn it, leave Karis. Okay. Ken's predictions are done. So now we're going to talk about what Ken wants to happen, okay? Now picture this scene, okay? Let me get my character. Gail is back on the air, right?
Mhm.
And Gail, she's giving her thing, and she's like, now we're going to be taking in callers. Do we have a caller? And a caller comes in,
Mhm.
and it's Dewey. And he's like, Gail. And she's like, Dewey? And he's like, why didn't you help me, Gail? why didn't you save me, Gale? And it's the voice changer from Scream 3. And they have Dewey's voice. And they're calling and just completely shattering Gale while she's on air. I know people hate the Scream 3 voice. I get it. But fuck you. Scream 6 did the exact same reveal as Scream 2. At least Scream 3's voice changer is something unique. I don't care if it exists or not. But could you imagine the performance that Courtney could put on with having Dewey call there? And a way to bring back David, you know, to use his voice. Why weren't you there, Gal? I was always there to try to help you. And the one time I needed you the most, you weren't there to help me, Gale. How, you know, while that's not a death to start the movie, tell me a harder gut punch you could have than that to start the movie. You know, and then, you know, Sydney's watching at home with Mark and she's like, well, let's go, Mark. And he takes off his, he puts the turkey in the oven and he gets ready and he heads out.
I just climaxed.
Twice. That's actually why I had to go get check on my daughter earlier. I had to go, but and you know, or you could even start this off with, you know, Sydney's out on her ranch with Mark and she's inside playing with her kids and you know, Dad's out doing farming shit and go get your dad. It's time for dinner. And Mark is dead. Ghostface found them and the kids find him. Because what's even worse than that? You know, they find Mark dead with a Ghostface mask on. Like the killer put the mask on him to let her know, I'm back. I found you. I'm serious. You know, so you have that type of kill. You don't see it happen, but you have, you know, and that's how Nev gets brought back into the fold. Some of the other things I want to see happen. You could have Sam and Tara's mom come back. We've hid Sam and Tara. There's some things that you guys all need to know that I should have came back and told you before. How, like I said, the third part always goes back to the beginning and tells you something you didn't know from the beginning. I could see her finally making an appearance. What was the other one I wanted to see happen? Okay, those are some things I want to see happen. Some things I don't want to see happen in this movie. I don't want to see any type of fantasy to this movie. I don't want to see the thing that I've always loved about Scream is even when it's far-fetched, it's believable. You always have this realism to the film. Don't give me. That's why I'm so adamant about not bringing back Stu. That's why I don't want Stu back. It's not that I don't like Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard could potentially be one of my favorite people on this planet because of how genuinely sweet and kind he is towards his fans, towards children. He's a great guy. But you're going to tell me this whole time we've not even heard from him, not seen him, not anything. And all of a sudden he's just like, hey guys, I'm back. I'm pissed. My face kind of hurts.
Leave her alone.
So I'm back and it's going to be cool. But I that's why I don't want to see it. Another thing I don't want to see is like some type of like time travel, like they did with Happy Death Day to You. I don't want to see them do anything unrealistic in that aspect. I would love for it to take place in the snow, killing off Martha Meeks.
Damn it!
To really, really.
Like, say that.
How else are you going to hurt the OG fans? And bringing back Heather Matarazzo would be just amazing because she's the sweetest ever.
Yeah, but Martha to me is not important. Like she can go. I'm all right with that.
But that well, I'll save it.
You, but what about to Chad Mindy? What does that do to Chad and Mindy?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ash.
No, I was going to chime in because that was going to be my little spiel. But I was going to say, like, if they're going to focus on Chad and Mindy, it could be like the opening scene. Martha's probably getting ready for her kids to come home for winter break. She's in her kitchen doing like baking or whatever. And then that all plays out and that gets Chad and Mindy into the whole like taking over the movie. Let's try to figure out like who would go after their mom or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Right.
Mhm.
Germ just made that face.
I don't count on Jasmine and Mason signing on for Scream 7 because they've shown support to Melissa like through
That's kind of how
social
I
media
feel
and
too.
stuff. So it's like, damn, that would be dope. It would
Yeah.
be. I'm all for the ideas. Like, let's help this fucking movie out if we decide to support it. But I just think it's hard for me to imagine myself putting OG people in that to the legacy characters to intertwine with the core four that we don't have anymore.
Mhm.
Sure. Well, see, and because I'm looking it up right now. Is Mason Gooding in Scream 7?
Is Mason Gooding fine as hell?
Gooding.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Okay, while the plans seem to have been to bring back the core four for the new installment, that's no longer happening.
Well, no shit.
As of Mason Gooding joining his twin sister is blah 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 blah. I swore I saw that they were still under contract.
They probably are, but like even Hayden,
You can breach a contract.
Yeah, I'm sure their
But
lawyers are thick as hell.
Yeah.
And, like,
I mean, if
Hayden
they
has even
really
shown
don't want to,
support.
if they don't
Right.
want to do it, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
Right.
They might have to pay.
That'd be the big thing is how much are they willing to pay to do it?
Yeah.
yeah.
However, the
That's
core
not
four
like-
is now the core two. Jenna's active due to her Wednesday season 2. Blah 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 blah.
Core 2 doesn't rhyme.
And I
That's
think
why I wrote that.
Jasmine, her contract is Yellow Jacket takes precedent over any project that she signed on
Okay.
to. So I think that's kind of up in the air too. But I don't know. Like you said, the internet, is always truthful.
Right.
Right. I mean, I would love to see them come back. But if you don't bring them back, I think your main focus has to be Kirby or Gale.
Yeah.
And if your main focus is Gale, what better way than, like I said, that opening gut punch of the voice changer?
Mhm.
And again, people can say, "Oh, it's lazy writing. It's blah 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 blah." You could have that
Yeah.
happen, and then the voice changer get broken right afterwards. I don't give a shit. Just give me that opening gut punch because I think you could have misty eyes. One of my favorite moments of Scream 5 is when David and Courtney are talking about why Gale and Dewey didn't work, because that moment to me was not Gale and Dewey. That was
Courtney.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could definitely feel the emotion.
And like
Yeah.
I'm in the theater with like tears running down my face because that was real to
Yeah.
me. I felt like that guy from the pro wrestling thing, like, it's still real to me, damn it. Like, that was me in that moment. Like, this is them, and that this is real, and this is really David. Like, I should have tried harder. I should have been there. And that to me was that hurt.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been with my wife for 18 years. I couldn't imagine being in a situation where it's like, you're gone, and now I got to work with you on a movie. You're everything. And now you're gone, and I still got to be around you. Like, that fucking sucks. That would be very emotional for me too.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
to see that would be, super special to have that opening gut punch of I was always there for you, and this time you weren't there for me. I just think that would be a really good opening gut punch for that. So you want to give us some of the things you would like to have?
Right.
Okay,
You ready
She
for
already
this?
listen,
You ready for
I
this?
never know what we always write. Like, I have my notes over here. She has hers on her phone. We never know, but she goes, "Babe, my stuff's way out in left field." I was like, "All right, I'm super excited to hear it."
Okay. So, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. So you know
All
how
ears.
Scream has a formula, right?
Yep.
So 5 was kind of like 1, 6 is like 2. I feel like it has to be like 3, and we have a sibling we didn't know about. Tara and Sam's sibling, Billy's kid, is gonna kill them off. Tara and Sam kill them off.
He's gonna kill them off screen.
Yeah, but he's gonna go after Nev. He's gonna have to go after her because she killed Billy, and that was his kid.
So you're saying that Billy has another
He
kid
has
out there
he
running
has
around?
another kid out there.
Man.
Yeah.
This bro
I
was
mean,
planting some
did
seeds.
you see him in the
video store?
video store with all those girls?
Did you guys ever notice that?
He was around a bunch of girls. Like
Mhm.
one of those girls is a baby mama, I betcha. And
We were-
it's Sarah and Tam, or Sarah.
It's Sarah. It's Sam and Tara.
It's their sibling, and they're gonna get killed off screen,
I'm telling you,
and
like
they're gonna go after Nev because she killed Billy.
when Ashley and I were writing our Didn't See That Coming episode on Scream, we watched that. We were rewatching the movie to kind of dissect it, and we got to that part, and I was like, "Damn, look at Billy Mackin over there. I wonder if one of them is Sam and Tara's mom." But it could. I mean, Billy could have just been planting the seeds.
Yeah, couple seeds in
So
there.
now we could get another dumb-looking Billy. Like, hey, you're my other kid. You have to have someone.
Go kill her. Oh wait, what is
Kill her, mommy.
kill her,
mommy.
Daddy.
Yeah, kill her, daddy. Yeah, you got a bunch of girls in the audience like, I agree, daddy. You go kill her.
Yeah. So yeah, and then so that's how you can bring Nev back.
Okay.
And obviously we have you have to have Gail. That has to come back as well because that's a friend in the friend to the end. She has to help out somehow. I don't know.
Did you just child's play Scream?
I did. Friends. They're friends to the end.
Heidi ho.
So that's my predictions.
I want to say also real quick, if this movie opens with Sydney dying, I'll walk out of the theater and you guys will hear me crying from wherever you're at.
Right behind you.
I don't see them bringing her back just to kill her off.
No.
Right.
There's no way.
But the President of Spyglass, I did read a quote where he was like, you know, Scream 6 was successful without Nev. We can do Scream 7 without.
That's what I was worried about.
And it's like, that's a real shitty
disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's like,
such
fuck
a
you.
way.
So, I mean, with all that, would she even want to come back at this point?
Right. But I do think that the two ways that I would want it to open would be with Mark's death in the snow with a Ghostface mask or Dewey coming back. And one other thing, that's what I wanted to say, like, I don't want this movie to start off with Nev dying. That will really upset me.
Yeah.
You know, she's carried this franchise. She deserves, if anybody from any franchise deserves to be happy, it's Andy Barclay. If there's a second person that deserves to be happy, it's Sidney Prescott.
Yeah. She does.
I mean, come on, Andy's been getting chased to like 5, man. Come on, you give that kid a break.
That's called trauma, right?
Yeah, that's trauma. He's still living that trauma.
Yeah.
So let's start with you, Jeff. What do you want to see happen in Scream 7?
I want Joel to have masterminded it all. Everything that's happened, I wanted no.
He's like, "Fuck this, I'm leaving. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks."
Sits in the back going, you thought I was gone. Well, no, first of all, I hadn't thought about this, but I could see them because that would be the big mind blower. But no, I don't want them to bring Nev back to kill her in the opening. She didn't. That's no. I kind of go off what I thought. I don't know how I'd want them to spin it, but after I thought about that, I thought that would be something cool if they could tie that into it because there were 7 stabs in 4. It became this big thing, and somehow make it so that the events have become this cult thing that people follow along with. I don't want an off-screen Sarah death, Sam and Tara, definitely. Yeah. But
I made something there.
You did, yes. But if you did, I could definitely see that being an impetus for Martha being the killer, which I would think would be cool because I don't want Martha to die, but I would like her to end up being a killer.
Yeah.
Which I think would be a cool twist too. Definitely. You know, obviously.
Yeah.
So you talk about trauma. Having Martha finally just snap. I lost my brother
because of everything. Yeah, and end up being the killer to kind of finalize the last trap because it was a trilogy of this sort. So we had 1, 2, 3, then we had 4 in the middle, and then we would have 5, 6, 7. So trilogy. So I could see that being a wraparound too. I think that would be cool. I would like them to see the mix of the formula too, and maybe have one killer again. Like Ash said, you know, if the parallels are going 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7. It might be cool to see, and I know the 3, its reputation and everything, and end up being the only movie with the one killer. But I think it would be cool to end up being a twist to end up being the first one in a while to only have one killer again. Would be cool.
Okay, I agree with that. I would love to see just the one killer thing. I always thought, even though Roman was kind of a big bitch, I always thought that was a cool idea. You know.
Excuse me.
So what about you, Ash? What do you want to see happen?
Nothing. Absolutely. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I mean, I would really love to get a Christmas New Year's Eve Scream film. That would be awesome. Just to see what happens. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. It's kind of hard to like predict something like when we're in like this kind of situation. I'm really struggling because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, what are the legacy characters that left? What's the character that we never really delved into? And it's just like, how can it all like make sense at the end, like without it being ridiculous?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind if it's gonna suck because we already fall in love with like the new characters that we've been introduced with, like maybe like just bring in new characters. I don't know how they'll be able to do that.
Like lookalikes or something.
Maybe lookalikes or just like, I don't know. It's just hard, but
like this is Sam and this is Tara.
Yeah.
You can't recast them. If they recast them, I'll be pissed.
That would suck, but
just have them film from behind their heads, like just have someone with similar hair and every figure and everything. But I really don't know. I'm gonna be controversial and say I'm perfectly fine if we don't even get a part 7 and part 6 was
that's
it.
kind of where I'm at. Yeah,
because how it ended, it was just I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the math. I was like, has it been 30 years since part 1? But it has. I think 2024 will make it 28 years. Yeah. So I was going to think like, ooh, maybe it could be like a really awesome like 30th anniversary type of situation. Like it's the 30th anniversary since the first killings, and then it brings in a new group of characters, and like it just repeats itself.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. But I mean, I'm just perfectly fine with it like ending
on the drop of the mask.
You can't,
which,
you can't. Let me. How can you go back to that? Like, how can you fix something that's just kind of damaged at this point?
Right.
Well,
unless it goes to space.
What was that?
I haven't ruled that out yet.
That's when you know you've made it.
I do think a big part of this movie is also going to be the fact that if they do this movie, like I said at the beginning, they're going to have to go big on this because they know that a lot of the community is pissed. They know a lot of the community is pissed, and that we want to have our story told. We want to be able to finish this. And a big fear of mine, like I said, the one big fear I have is that they're going to do it's all been a stab movie. You know, it's all just been a stab movie. Everybody's fine. Or the other big fear I have is this is going to be a complete, like what Ashley said she's comfortable with, just a complete brand new thing. We go back to Woodsboro with brand new characters, and this reminds us of the Sydney girl or the Sam and Tara girl.
Yeah.
And it's happening again for a third generation, you know, and it's, for me, it's like we just did this with 5. But I'm also in the minority that my least favorite Scream movie is 4. I do not like 4. So that's why I always say we can retcon it after 3. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to do a retcon, if you're going to do like a requel,
4 gives us Kirby. Like you can't.
I will sacrifice Kirby for Randy.
What? Damn.
Messed up.
You said that with a straight face too.
Oh, man.
What I will say is, if you don't like what I said,
bite my shiny metal ass.
No, I think that if you're gonna do like a requel, like you did with Halloween 2018, go right after the events of Stu, bring Stu back. Then you can bring Randy back. Then you can bring Cotton Weary back, who I always thought was a great character. If you're doing like a complete requel where it's just starting right after the events of Scream 1, 30 years later, the biggest thing I want to happen is for Spyglass to sell this, and whoever buys it to bring back Melissa.
You just took my answer. Like, I want them to go bankrupt. I want A24 to pick this up. A24 take the reins on this, and we just get a good wrap up of this whole story. Like,
yeah.
So
Fuck
yeah, there's
Spyglass.
that's you know.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna have this guy named Cunningham and and Ghostface is gonna imprint on him.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Stop it! Stop it! Yeah, he's gonna imprint on him. I have died every day. That's fucking in terms, yeah. While we're there, do you want to give us what you want to happen in this film?
Yeah, I'm all for Spyglass going bankrupt, their name being slandered, and I want A24 to pick this up. I want them to bring back everybody, pay them triple, and that's what I want. Give me my ending. I don't even care if Sydney lives at this point. I don't care if my core four all die in a plane crash. I don't care if Gail. I just want a proper ending to this story that they've invested so much time and money. And real talk, I'm hurt because I was so for Dewey, Gail, Sydney, those three. I was so down for. And then when I heard about this idea of them bringing in a new generation, they tried it with 4 and killed everybody off except Kirby. And I really wasn't into it. I'm like, it's not Scream without Sydney, Gale, and Dewey. But I fell in love with these 4 characters. I love each and every one of them. You know, I have my tier list with them, but my love for them is just they're all my friends. They're all my babies. Like, come here.
Right.
So, but I'm willing to sacrifice any of them, if not all of them, if I get a proper send off with this movie. Just give me something good.
So I just want to make this perfectly clear for the people in the back. You are okay with killing Sydney?
1000%.
How rude. How rude. How rude. How rude. How rude.
But I mean, she can go, honestly. Like, if
just not in the first 5 minutes.
Not in the first 5 minutes.
I'm with you. Just don't make it an opening scene kill.
Yeah.
At least give her a run.
Like,
Yeah.
So you're co-signing this, Jeff?
I'm saying I don't mind a movie that shocks me, and if you're gonna wrap it up, go big. So I'm not saying I would like it, but I also like a movie that makes me uncomfortable, and that would do it. And so I mean, I would not. I mean, if it happened, if that's the finale, I would buy into it. Like I'm with Germs on that. Just don't make it the opening kill. Don't bring her back and kill her.
Don't. That's so disrespectful. Like, and then too, like if
give her a story. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. If you want to kill her family off, you want to kill her husband off, go for it. Do it right though. Do it. I am so open. Like at this point. And let her take
it to Blumhouse. I don't care. Get it out of Spyglass hands.
And let her take down the ultimate Ghostface in the process. Let her like get a big finale. I'm with you on that. I'm okay with it. And the one thing I wanted to say where I get some hope is even though Spyglass has it, which is frustrating. And even though it went to Christopher Landon, who I do love his work, Radio Silence is still producing the film. They took 5 and 6 and they made movies that people didn't think they were gonna buy into, and they made us, like you said, they gave us the core 4, and so many of us love the core 4. They revived it from the ashes, and that was a lot of Radio Silence's work doing that. So I think as long as they still have a hand in the pot, I do have faith that they can deliver.
And I don't think they're even happy with like the decision with Melissa and stuff like that.
I don't think that had anything to do with it. Yeah,
like no. And I want to go back to what you said, Ken. There's no Scream 4 slander here. Scream 4 is easily my top 2 in the Scream franchise.
I like.
I hate
it's one.
I love.
I hate the filter.
The Snapchat filter.
Yeah, the astigmatism. I hate it. Just I like Kirby. I love the Jill reveal. I love the Olivia kill. Like the Olivia kill is Don't you do that. But it's just so good.
Yeah.
I just want to get back to the point that we got 2 people on the panel that said they're okay with Sydney dying.
You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep just now.
I know it's not the same league, but you were pretty cool with just offing Kirby, though.
Yeah.
Kirby can go before Sydney, but I mean, why are you mad at us, Ken? Don't be mad. We're little angels.
I'm glad
All right,
we all get along. I'm over here like,
all right,
flipping tables.
Ken, if you have a choice between Sydney dying and Stu coming back.
Oh, Sydney's dead. Bye. Bye, bitch.
I wanted to get a perspective on that.
Go. See ya.
All right. What
I
about
feel like you're gonna be
Sydney?
so disappointed if
Gail.
he does come back.
Sydney or Gail? Gail.
Gail for sure.
Yeah.
Bye.
Gail can go.
I
Gail could have been killed
I
like
still hold a grudge.
4
I still
movies
hold a
ago.
grudge.
Yes,
with
Ashley.
Gail.
She could have.
I still hold a grudge with Gail over those bangs. Okay, and I'm a straight
blame
guy.
David for that? David Arquette.
Why? What did he do?
He the one that told her to get them. He's like, "Oh, you look so good with them, babe."
No.
I feel a lot less sad that he died in 5 now.
I still try to figure out who actually killed him in part 5 because no way in hell Homegirl did that.
It was.
No, there wasn't Quinn.
No.
Was it Quinn? No.
No.
They make you think it's Quinn, but yeah.
No.
No,
Not
part
Quinn.
5.
Part 5.
Oh yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, what am I thinking? Yeah. It was Amber and Richie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Richie.
Amber had that. Hiya.
No, Richie was in the elevator with
Are you trying to tell me that it was Stu?
I think there was a third person.
Could be Stu.
Like a Roman type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to keep up with the formula.
Yeah,
because no way in hell Amber did that. No way.
Yes, she did. She is a Taekwondo master, and y'all just don't know.
She got some big old platform boots and everything. She got the strength. Okay.
Yeah.
If we're gonna talk
She's
about
fierce.
Busta Rhymes, check out my.
Let's talk about it.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
The karate.
Why do you have to bring
Merry
that?
Christmas, motherfucker.
Maybe Amber had some training in Dangertainment to learn how to take out Dewey. Yeah, exactly. She had that Dangertainment training.
But Dewey was he was seasoned. He had a limp. He's older now. You know what I mean? Come on. You got to think about it.
But he was lifted off from the ground.
He was a drunk.
Dude, I will say
that makes him lighter.
One of the best moments of any Scream movie is in 5 when they're like, Dewey could be the killer. Look at everything he's gone through, and he's like, that hurts. Like that
cut deep.
I was laughing out loud in the theater.
Honestly,
he's like, damn, that hurts. It's so true.
That was like his best performance.
Yeah,
was part 5.
It was.
And he was, to me, like he was sexy in that movie. I mean,
Yeah,
can we
like,
talk about the sex appeal with David
He
Arquette?
wasn't
in that
like
movie?
goofy, like
No.
I'm a little, like
He
he was like, yeah,
he could have definitely limped his way over to my room.
Hey,
yeah, he took that confident range as being the one that lays out the rules and everything too. And I think that was really cool. Yeah.
I do agree with you. I think that Scream 5 Dewey is my absolute favorite Dewey.
I think he.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Scream 5 Dewey.
And I think a lot of that is because of the scene of him just being David.
Well, yeah.
Like that scene right there was like, damn, this isn't just the goofy dude or the guy that wants to be a pro wrestler that won the world championship wrestling title, which I might add.
Yeah.
Like that to me, I've never seen David Arquette act better than he did in that scene with him and Gail. And I'm just talking about in anything he's ever been in. I've never seen that man be more convincing on screen than he was during that moment. It's still one of my favorite moments in Scream 5. I know a lot of people shit on that movie. There's a lot of that movie that I really like. Like I said, the laughing, the psycho
Easter eggs.
I'm with you.
Shower, yeah. There's a lot about Scream 5 that I really, really enjoy. And David's a big part of that.
I think it's because, like Jess said, he had the confidence. Like he wasn't that goofy, like kind of like timid. On page 500, whatever.
That was hilarious.
I love that part in 2.
You know what I wish they would have kept a secret in part 5? I wish they would have kept the house reveal a secret. The trailer ruined everything. That pissed me.
And I was gonna say that's one of the things I liked about 5 were the callbacks. 5 played a lot of fan service, and I like fan service.
I'm okay with it.
I like the fact that it was the same house, it was the same kitchen. I thought that
Tatum's ashes at Dewey's place.
best part to me. I love that.
Oh my
The
god,
clip about the bangs, like there's so many Easter eggs in
Mhm.
5.
I
so
loved
many.
I loved 5. We left the theater. The only thing I didn't like about 5 was I called the killer really early.
Yeah.
Oh, same. Same.
I liked 5 more on a rewatch.
But I mean, we knew that Scream has this formula. It's gonna be the boyfriend. Like we
called it
knew
right when I seen him. I was like, oh, it's Richie. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I
but
knew
like,
it was Amber. I was like, she just the vibe she gave off. I was like, girl, it's you.
She's got
Mhm.
killer vibes.
right.
I will say, no, go ahead, Ken.
Go
I'm
ahead, sir.
sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say too. I did like the switcheroo when the opening kill wasn't a kill. I
Right.
thought,
Oh yeah,
Jenna
yeah.
Ortega
With,
was
with
brilliant.
Jenna, yeah.
Yeah. So
When I saw Jenna on screen, I was like, no,
yeah.
not Jenna.
Which is kind of a crazy
Sure,
twist
yeah.
because they do kill her at the beginning of Studio 666.
right.
Mhm.
They do.
So she does get
That was
she did an opening death in that one, but not in Scream 5. Which
Right.
And she got fucked up.
Yeah, they.
in Scream
Yeah.
5. Like, she got fucked up.
Yeah.
But another thing is, like, we're talking about, like, with these other movies, like, because I want to go back to the voice changer thing that I want to see again. I love how even in 6, how he's got Bluetooth when he's doing his voice thing, the voice
Oh, yeah.
modulator.
Yeah.
You know, how he's got the Bluetooth to change his voice. Like, we could
Mhm.
absolutely do that voice changer now. Like, it would make more
Yeah.
sense.
Now,
Mhm.
now
Mhm.
it's possible. Back then,
I love Scream
Mhm.
3. I don't dislike Scream 3. I think it's fun.
It's my least favorite.
Bullshit.
It's same. It's yeah.
My least favorite.
It's what?
It's my least favorite.
And I believe I heard Ash say that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, this must be a dumb Ash thing.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm kidding.
You're gonna have the women on you, Ken. You better stop.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how scared I am right now.
you should be.
I'm so scared right
Just
now.
keep digging. Just
This-
keep digging.
Yeah, this is gonna be Ashley tonight when we get home.
I'm gonna get you. You hear me, Richard? You hear me, Richard?
You're gonna be sleeping. She's gonna be like,
Right.
okay.
So it's
Ash thing. All right, real quick, I want to catch up on the chat real quick. I'm so
All right, while
sorry.
you're doing that, I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, will you grab me a drink,
Oh yes.
please and thank you? The H6 clip takes me out every time. Yeah, Mark can go activate Sydney. Hey,
yeah.
what's up,
Yeah,
Cody? No parties. Does every Scream need a party scene? I could be down. with
Yes. Yes.
that.
I thought of that. That's true.
Martha catching strays.
She can go.
For the opening, do 2 attacks happening simultaneously at different locations. One at Sydney's, one at Martha's, and at the end, Mark and Mindy die. Wow.
Ooh. Oh.
Do not
Wow.
touch
Oh.
Mindy. Mindy's
That's a
fine.
double whammy right there.
Yeah.
Love it. I want to see them start fresh. A whole new cast, new city, new motives. I do not want to see more than 2 survivors. Michael wants to kill everyone.
Bro, watch the Scream TV series if you want to.
Do a sequel directly to the original. Yeah, you could bring back Cotton Weary. Love Cotton Weary. Was
Mhm.
so bummed to see him die at the
Yeah.
beginning of 3.
They did him dirty in part 3.
Billy was a menace. I could buy him having 5,000 kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
easy.
A bunch of little loomies running around out there. Bring back Joel from Scream 2.
Yes.
Jeff, we got someone else on that train.
Yes.
Have 7 be like the original script for 3 minus 2 coming back, and have it be a cult of ghost faces trying to get rid of all the past survivors to prevent more ghost face killings.
Hmm.
That's true.
Mm.
I'm just saying, like, if I ever met Sydney, I'd have been like, bye, bitch. No, see ya.
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah,
happens
go.
to your friends. Tuesday night can be the new Sam. Are we recasting Nightmare on Elm Street style? Stop it, Michael. Bring back all the past characters you want. They die along with the twins. Don't care who was under the mask. Ghostface wins and put an end to what. See, now that is one thing I've always wanted to see is maybe Ghostface not die at the end or not be revealed at the end, and that's how you could carry to the next movie. But
Mhm.
I don't want to Scream 8.
No, we need a ending, a definite ending.
You would think in the Scream universe, companies would stop making Ghostface costumes. Like, there's something really bad that happened to these. Just stop making these fucking things. Oh, here comes the Scream. I'm sorry.
Then
guys.
they'll just go on to Etsy and like have somebody make it. For them.
I paper mache this.
Yeah.
$500.
I based it off my husband when he was sleeping.
That's true.
Gary Barber of Scott. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the problem moving forward is Gary Barber. The Daily Wire gets the rights and it's stop it. Stop it.
Damn.
There's your opening kills right there. Worst case scenario, Spyglass sells it to Blumhouse.
I don't know.
I
feel
don't mind Blumhouse.
I feel like
Rowan
worst case
Campbell.
scenario is where we're at.
As Ghostface Killer, I could see him being a Ghostface Killer.
West
Jerk,
Forsyth
an A24 Scream. Are you fucking with us? I think. Yeah, I'm sure that was a typo.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, God damn it! You're grounded. I'm glad we can finally agree on Sydney. I'm glad we can finally agree that you're grounded. I'm okay.
Wow, come on, Chad.
Doesn't Nev Campbell always have no kill? Yeah, she does. She has a no kill clause in her contract with Scream.
Really?
She cannot.
Oh,
die.
I did.
Unless,
okay.
I didn't know
yes,
that.
unless she okays it, she cannot die in the film or be killed off screen.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of like Mustafa Akkad did with Michael Myers. I don't care how you end my
Right.
movies, but you can't kill him definitively.
He's always.
And Halloween Ends was like, yeah, put him in a trash compactor.
He ain't dead.
If they do go the stab route and make it a joke, I want to see Ghostface Killer under the mask for an extreme metal layer. Killing the Core 4, no Scream 7, killing off Sydney. Can't kill off Sydney. Can't do it. I want Stu to come back just to piss off Ken. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be like, I'm back. Ken.
I'm excited to see your face when he shows up on the screen. Like, I'm just gonna look at you.
Would you be okay if he came back as a ghost?
Like a ghost and ghost. Yeah. No, like Billy.
Roll over, everybody. I wasn't red. Oh wait, that's Scooby, not Shaggy. Yeah. Zoinks, everyone.
Would have gone away with.
But I love that. I'm back, Ken at Sledgehammer Horror.
I mean, that
you want to talk about being meta?
That would be pretty cool.
But that would be cool though. Like they finally have the ghost face pinned down, and someone takes the mask off, and it is Stu, and they're like, oh, Stu, and he's like, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you, damn.
You meddling kids.
Hold on. Damn it. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Oh my gosh. That went off the rails. I'm sorry. Quinn killed Gail's boyfriend in 6, so why not Amber kill Dewey in 5?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Ken, Dewey, limp your ass over here, but your leg better be the only thing that's limp.
Ooh.
I felt Scream 5 should have been the I agree. When Gail was like, I'm not writing another book.
It was a perfect ending.
It was.
It would have felt like 4 if that would have happened.
I agree. See, I knew that. The clause, it's hard for me to give Sydney the crown. That's why it's hard? No, that's why she is the ultimate final
That's exactly
girl.
why.
She
doesn't know anything that might go. Ugh.
Because she's a boss even behind the scenes.
That's
She's
what
like,
I'm talking about.
I'm not dying. You're not killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, the Scream Queen.
They're like, we're going to kill you in this movie. She's like, let me grab something for you. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And also, I wonder when did that clause come in? Because I feel like she earned the right to say that.
Boom.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she earned the right to say, no, you're not killing me off because I am your franchise.
Yeah.
Because that could have been, they could have killed her off screen in 6. And again, that would devastate me.
That
it was bad enough,
off.
even though I'm not a Halloween purist, it was a really shitty thing to kill Jamie Lee Curtis off screen in Halloween 4. She got in a car accident.
Bruh, she died in multiple timelines.
And that's why she's not the ultimate final girl. She can't even survive 3 times.
Sorry, Bobby.
I think that's why she is, though. Because she survived.
She's roadkill.
What, you think? She didn't survive.
But she came back. If you come back after death, that makes you the ultimate.
I need someone to come over here and handle Ashley. Anybody know anybody that can handle some shit? Oh, you know what? I know someone that
Nobody
can
can
handle.
handle me.
I know someone that can handle some shit. And he's gonna come for you.
No.
TS, motherfucking A. We handle shit.
Yes, motherfucking A. He's gonna give you a strip search, full cap. He's hot. So, guys, we've talked about what we want to see in the next Scream movie. We've given some predictions on what we think we're going to see. Now we're going to get some final thoughts overall. And I want the biggest one to be you have to choose 2 OG characters, whether for it doesn't have to be OG from 1, 2, 3, but 2 OG characters that we've seen in the franchise right now that are for sure going to die in this. So, in your final thoughts, I want you to give me your absolute overall final thoughts on what we've talked about tonight, and 2 characters from the entire franchise we've seen so far that you think are going to die. And to make it easier on you guys and give you guys time to think, I'm going to start with Ashley.
Okay. I think I already said who I think is gonna die.
No, but not definitive.
Off screen, like
no,
they're gonna die off
don't
screen.
do that.
I think they are.
Give me real deaths that I see.
All right, real deaths.
No off-screen kills. People in the chat
I feel
too.
like Gail, if she's in it, she's gonna die. Like I'm pretty sure she's just like done with the franchise. So Gail's gonna die. And Chad. I believe Chad will die.
Chad's been through enough.
Okay, but I think out of the twins, Chad would be the one that they're gonna kill.
I think if they were going to kill Chad, they'd have done it already.
They tried.
Your floor. Tried. You have the floor right now. So, what are some of the your final thoughts, overall thoughts about what's going to happen in Scream 7 if we get one?
I mean, I already told you what I think is going to happen.
No, I'm saying like your overall. Okay. Of all your predictions, what's the one or things you want to happen? What is the one thing that you want to see happen that will make this movie successful?
I want to see Nev come back.
Okay.
I feel like she is what will make this movie successful because she's made the other 5 successful. I would like to see Mark. I want to see their relationship. I think that if her family or kids are on the line, she's going to be that badass Nev that we need.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, out of everything, I want to see Nev come back.
Okay.
I feel like she will be the saving grace for me.
Okay. We're going to go diagonally this time. Diagonally, just like Harry Potter. Diagonally. Ash, what are your final thoughts and who are 2 OG characters that will get killed off in Scream 7?
Just going back on what I said, it's just hard for me to imagine how part 7 will go, like which way they'll take it. I'm going to have to agree with Ash. I think the only saving grace for part 7 is to bring back Nev. I think for me, that'll be the only reason to get me in that movie seat is if Nev is in that movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Hayden is in the movie, I love Hayden. I love Kirby, but it's just like, it's not enough for me to be like, oh, here's my money to see this movie like in the theater. Like it has to be Nev. OG characters. It pains me to say this, but I'll be okay if they get rid of Kirby. And I want to say one of the twins. I'm trying to think like all the OG characters we have left. So I'll be okay with Kirby and Gale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those would be my 2 OG characters. But I'm just like I said before, I'm perfectly fine if we don't get it. So I'm screamed out.
What about you, Jeff?
What my final thing is, I feel like it's going to be a big wrap up of some sorts. I don't know. I'm always a sucker for franchises, so I never want to say make it the end per se, because I will say that like if they drop another Halloween, I'm going to go. If they drop another Friday the 13th, I'm always going to go. So, but I still feel like I want to see a big finale of some sorts, and I think that for that to happen, Nev has to be there. So I definitely want to see Nev come back in some form. I'm not going to come out and say again, but I mean, obviously a big finale would be the end of Nev as well too. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I think Gale is likely to die in this one. I'm on board with that. I think Gale's probably. I think they set up that probably that was going to happen in 6. You thought so with Dewey and 5, so I think it's happening in 7. And I definitely want to. I don't want to see Mindy die. I don't want to see Chad die. because I just love them so much.
I love them too.
I know I want to see them. I want to see them stay right up to the end. I'm gonna go with Ash. As much as I love Kirby, I am also a Kirby fanatic. I think Gale and Kirby are probably in this one going to be the deaths.
So what about you, Germs? What are your final thoughts and 2 OG characters that will die in Scream 7?
If I had my way, we would get a spin-off TV show with Gale and Kirby as like a comedy duo. That would be awesome, like solving crimes. That would be cool. But because I feel like, we missed that opportunity with Parker Posey, and we love her. But if it was up to me, if I really wanted a good, I can't get that out of my mind, Ken, your whole Gale thing with the opening, the gut punch. Mm-hmm. If the book ends of Gale dying in the beginning and Sydney dying at the end, that would be awesome. But they have to do it right. I don't know what right is, but bookend deaths of legacy characters like that, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want to hear me cry from states away.
You said they killed her off in the beginning.
Yeah, like
I'm in the back of the theater, like uncontrollable sobbing.
I would say I would take Sydney out, and they can kill Mark, so that way we could really get, like I think Mike said in the chat, like that way we could really get Sydney activated. Can you imagine Mama Bear Sydney?
No,
shit.
No,
that's crazy.
That'd be dope.
She'd be a badass.
It's OP.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, before I give mine, I'm gonna catch up on the chat real quick. Where'd it go? Lori is immortal and travels the multiverse.
Oh gosh. Ew.
Lori keeps coming back, so she is the ultimate final girl.
Mm-hmm.
But is she?
Now you're bringing out Papa Bear. She wanted to die in Resurrection. She knew the franchise was going to shit. How are you gonna say that about one of the better movies in the franchise? Resurrection's in my top 5 of that franchise.
What?
Resurrection is awesome.
It's so fun. I have a blast every time I watch
love
that
Resurrection.
movie. I learned how to.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I just never hear that.
Yeah. See, I learned karate from watching Buster Rhymes, watching Bruce Lee. Okay, I was noticing him. Okay,
I put Resurrection on quite a bit, actually. It definitely is a guilty pleasure. You just never hear that.
It's a comfort movie.
It's fun.
Me.
Yeah,
that movie is fun and entertaining. Is it a great?
And it did something different for the Halloween franchise. It did something.
Right.
It was original. Yeah.
It was before its time.
It's not a great horror slasher film, but it's a fun movie to watch. Every time I watch that movie,
I agree.
I have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love Resurrection.
I seen it in the theater.
Yeah.
When I was like 12.
Mindy and Mark are going to die. If Chad dies in 7, that'll piss me off if Chad dies. He went through all this shit, and you finally kill him in 7. He'll be one of those guys that, it'd be like Carl from The Walking Dead. He goes through all this shit and lives, and then he dies in 7 because he trips and bumps his head on the coffee table.
I was so happy when he died. Oh.
Sorry.
Sydney Martin.
I couldn't. What was that you said?
Don't. If I say something, you're gonna I knew it. Yeah. Coral should have been gone.
I just Arthur fisted you, and you can take
did.
that with whatever context you want, my friend.
I know. I don't know. I'm offended, but I'm kind of turned on.
It's funny.
That's how I feel every night.
What? Ashley said that for the first time. She was like, "Are you Arthur fisting people?" I was like,
I did say that, and then I was like, "Oh well."
See, I didn't know that too. She loves to play Gale. Sid and Gale, the fact that they lived this long makes all Go Faces feel completely inept. When it comes to horror, no protagonist should make it past 3 entries. In my opinion, they got to go. Okay, so my deaths that I think need to happen, like I said, if we're not going to get the opening with the ghost face being Dewey through the voice changer to get Gale, which I really do want, and I've been saying this for about a year now, I think that would be a great way to open this film. I really want Mark to be the one to die with Ghostface's mask on him. Yeah, I think that would be another gut punch. We finally get Mark Kincaid back. We finally get to see him again. only to have him die in the opening and not even see it, just have the ghost face mask draped on top of him. I think that would be sick. Or to find out maybe it was a fake out, Mark's not really dead, and one of his kids from, the past in California, since we're going back to Hollywood, is hunting Sydney because she took her daddy away. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a writer for Spyglass because I'm not a dickhead. But I think it's got to be Mark or it's got to be Martha. I think she'll be another one because I think, like I said, if you're going to bring back, Mindy and Chad, what better way to fire them up than kill their mom? And that sounds so shitty because I have a dead mom too. But like that would really be a driving force. I feel like, especially for Chad, who's been a pincushion the last 2 movies. How can we get badass Chad? How can we get Chad to finally come out and just be the aggressive Chad that he was at the beginning of 5? That aggressive jockey. Now he can be. Now I am the protector. Sam and Tara are gone, but now I have to protect you, Mindy. That's all I have left is to protect you. Our mom's gone. Our friends are gone. It's just me and you now. What can I do to make sure you're safe?
Just the 2 of us.
Yeah. So the big thing I would love to see, like I said, I would just love to see one of those openings. I would really love to see that. Either the death of Mark with the ghost face mask or Dewey's voice returning. Because I think that's not only a soft spot for Gail, obviously, in the film, but everybody in that audience is going to be like, oh my God, they really went there.
Yeah.
They really fucking went there with that.
Like, where's my tissue?
Cotton Weary wasn't really killed.
Oh, Cotton Weary's dead as hell.
He could come back too.
Just because of his name. I love Lev, whatever how you say his name, but his name is dumb. Cotton Weary. That sounds like a undercover porn name.
I would be leery of Weary.
Yeah. You order a pizza? Cotton Weary's here. Come on, man. So
wow.
My final prediction for this movie, I do believe it'll happen because of the amount of money that 5 and 6 made. I don't think Spyglass is going to completely kill the film. But again, I think they're going to have to go big. They're going to have to do, like you guys said, the trailer has to blow everyone away. They have to give us something in the trailer that makes us go, no way. We got to go. You now more than ever. You could have done if we still had Jenna, if we still had Melissa. You could have done a barbarian type trailer where you don't show much and you just intrigue people. You're not going to be able to pull that off with this now. You have to hit something big in the trailer to make us go, oh, you guys are fucking serious after you fucked up. Or Gary, whatever his name was in the chat, can go back to Melissa and cry like a baby and say, I'm so sorry, I was wrong. We know that won't happen because the bigwig executives don't give a shit. But I think that bridge is burned.
Yeah, because I don't see. I'm pretty sure she signed on to do something else. Also.
Oh, Sydney has kids now. What about fast forward 15 years and Ghostface is after them now?
Oh, yeah, that would work actually.
My God.
Hello, Sydney. It's kids. So yeah, I think that this movie, they could potentially still make a great Scream movie. There are still ways out there to create a great Scream movie. And with Scream 6, they did something I never thought they'd be able to do with a Scream movie and give me an insane amount of anxiety.
Yes.
The ladder scene is one of the scariest scenes of any Scream movie. And again, it takes a lot for me, all of us, to get scared by a movie now because we've been watching horror for so long. That scene had me genuinely heart pumping, like, oh my gosh, please end this fucking scene. I don't know how much longer I can take it. So if you can continue that, and I know Radio Silence is producing, they're not writing. I think that they could potentially still make a great Scream movie. I think that they could. But what they need to do is, like I said, and again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. You have to take a big swing on this movie. You have to. Like I said, even if it's doing something as stupid as killing off Sydney. Did I ground myself? What the hell? Or bringing back Stu. You can do one of these things.
That would be the wow factor.
If the trailer, I mean, think about this though. Look, as much as I don't want to, if the trailer ends with Ghostface from the back turning around and you see Matthew Lillard's face, come on. And that's just the way the trailer ends. You have everything, and then just at the end of the trailer, you see Matthew Lillard. I'm gonna go, wow, what the fuck? How is he back? I have to know how he's back, and I need to know opening night before some dickhead ruins it for me. I mean, again, I'm not a Stu guy. I think Stu, the character in the first movie, fantastic. I think the fact that you've never even thought in the past whatever amount of years that it could have been this guy because he was still alive somewhere.
Yep.
That takes the realism out of it for me.
29, 28 years.
Yeah, or you have what? Sydney's dad still in that closet. Like, I'm gonna get pissed off when I get out of here. You know, then he's Ghostface, on a walker. Like, I don't know. I don't see it, but
you never know.
The biggest thing for me is I love that we can still have these conversations about movies and still be this excited about them.
Yeah.
We're going into a 7th installment of a film, and I've been sitting here with some good friends of mine for almost 2 hours talking about things that I want to happen, things I hope happen, and getting opinions of people that I genuinely respect and look up to on what they want to see happen in this film. So to be able to do these type of things, it shows that horror is still king. In cinema, horror is still where it's at. And I'm very grateful to you guys for coming here and hanging out with Ashley and I and talking about this. A couple more chats real quick. It's the same writer from 5 and 6 coming back from 7. Okay, so you still have that same writing team.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Matthew Lillard comes back as a stab character. Didn't he already do that in 5?
Wasn't he was like the
metal ghost.
Yeah.
This is a total joke, so I hope no one takes offense. Cotton Weary is obviously the name of a disgruntled slave. Jerem has left the chat. I do want to say again, thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you everybody in the chat for being a part of this. I really appreciate you guys coming out. And if you haven't already, I do have all their links down in the description. So make sure you're subscribing, following the podcast, following them on social media, becoming a part of their families, subscribing to Jeff's YouTube. He does amazing work over there. Musically, one of the best in the world. So I really appreciate you guys. We will be back next week to do our top 10 horror movies of 2023. So we're very excited about that. So guys, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody else, as always, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. It does help the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Our links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.